Yeah, my name's Kankunje Fiona. I'm a student at KiBO in 27th class. I'm working to Graceland Hotel as a cashier. KiBO, I get many skills from KiBO. I try to understand what things I didn't know, and I try to know some skills and some programs like computer, to use a computer, to know how I can connect with people and to know how I can give back in community. That's what I can say about KiBO. What I can say about Judge Drew, at first I thank them so much because they helped me to know that ideas or that skills I wasn't know, and I hope that I can give back what I studied from KiBO and to give or to help those people who are outside back in Rwanda. Yes, my life. I was born here in Uganda, the place called Mbarara, and that hospital, Mbarara Hospital. My mom is a Ugandan and my dad is a Rwandan. Then after genocide, our dad take us there in Rwanda. Then I started from there, from my primary and secondary. My primary, it was Nyagatare Primary School. My secondary, O level, it was KiBO High School. And my A level, it was Kabuga High School. After there, in 1998, my dad passed away. Then we remained in family. After finishing my studies, I suggest to find my mom or to come back to see my mom where she is. Then that's how I came in Uganda. Then after reaching here in Uganda, my mom suggests to learn something from Uganda, and I asked her because in my life I'd like to things which I can use my hands. Then she asked me, what can I do? What do you like in you? In my life I like cooking. That's what the things I like most. Then she said, okay, if you like cooking, it means we can get an institute and you go there and cook and you study those things. That's how I joined YMCA as an institute. It's around 1 year. Then I started that course. I got a diploma. After getting diploma, I get a job. That's why I'm working at Graceland Hotel. Then after there, I get chance to join KiBO. That's my journey to Uganda. The skills I learned from KiBO is life skills, how I can use my hands and work from different communities, and how I can give back in community, and how I can help people outside there who are suffering. And the other skills I learned is computer skills, how I can use computer, because in the first, yes, I was using computer, but I don't know how I can what is computer in the ways, but now I can send messages. Now I can use a Microsoft and typing, and I can open my website. I can send some documents, attachment in the email. There are many things I learned from life skills. Yes. How I get KiBO? First, I there because we have a hotel. There was coming for workshop, and I tried to ask what, because I saw they are only youth. Then I tried to ask what those youth doing really, and when I was seeing their things, I saw the youth helping what. I said, let me try to ask and know what really doing. Then they tell me that they work with youth and helping others and give back in community. Then I tried to ask how can I join them. Then they gave me the direction where they are and what they do. That's why I came. After that, I came at KiBO and I asked how can I join them. By good chance, I found that they have a list and they want a Rwandan student from who are sponsoring from George Drew. Then I tried. But by good chance they welcome where, and they tell me, okay, if you are really ready and you can start this program, we have program here which is sponsored from Rwanda with George Drew. If you are ready, can you join? Then I say yes, I can join, because I want, in my life I want to give back in community. That's how I joined KiBO and I started from there. Thank you. In my future, really, I want to give back in community, because in my life I like to help. Because when I was growing, some people they tried to help me, and also I really attached and I want to give back for those who are suffering. Even if I get something small, but in my life I want to help others and I want to give back in community to help those orphans. Because also I'm not orphan, but I don't have my dad. That's how I say I am orphan, no, but not. But if I see someone suffering, I become attached. That's why I want to give back and to help those people, gathering with youth, and we can join together and help those who are suffering outside. Yes, that one. I'd like to thank KiBO so much, and I think I have to ask them or to request them to, the way they open KiBO in Uganda, they can also open KiBO to Rwanda to join those the youths that we can join together and we help those people are suffering outside. Because I know Rwanda, they have many youths and they suffered a lot in genocide 1994. Some people they are there, they don't know how they can help others, and some people they don't know how they can join those groups because they don't know what are groups or what those groups doing. That's why I can ask, or I can give my request to KiBO, if they can open the KiBO in Rwanda, then when we can join those students or the youth, then we can work together to help others. The message I have for them, I thank Jeju so much because it helps us so much as students or as youth who are outside the country. And I thank Jeju much, and I try to request them if they can also help those students or the youth in Rwanda, then we can work together, because I know that because we are still youth, we can change more, and also we can change the world. That's what the request I have for Jeju.
I'm called Kalara Florence. I'm a KiBO alumni from 25th class. Currently, I've not yet gotten what to do. That is it. My KiBO journey, it started with a friend. She called. I went to visit a friend of mine, and she told me that she's going to KiBO, and she requested me to escort her. When we reached here, they told me that there was a scholarship of about George Gould, and I came and I applied, and I got an interview, and after that, the next day I was called to start studying. So that's how it was. The skills I learned from KiBO program, learned ICT and ICT skills. I learned how to express myself publicly, because I was a little bit of shy, but after KiBO program I learned to express myself, and I learned team building, to work as a group, which I didn't know, because I knew I could do things by myself, or if I can't, that means I can't do it. But I learned that I can work with others. I learned also entrepreneurship skills, where I thought that I'll never do business, but after KiBO program I knew I would do what I would do, be my own boss, or I can try entrepreneurship. So that's what I learned through the KiBO program, or the skills I got from KiBO. I came in Kampala when I'd come to start. I came to study at the university, so I applied. After that, after applying from the university, then I started studying. So that's how I ended up in Kampala. Okay. After giving me the scholarship, I saw it as a great opportunity, because I had always wanted to learn ICT, and I didn't know where to start from. And when I got that opportunity, I took it as a golden chance to me. So I said, wow, I'm going to learn ICT with wholeheartedly, and indeed I did it. And I thank George Drew for his assistance, because it helped me. That's all. My future will be I'm planning to go back to Rwanda, where I want to to get a job after that. After getting the job, I want to save some money, and after I start my own business, because I hope to start a business, or in farming or agriculture, which will be dealing with fruit growing. That is it. I just want to thank him for what he did for me and my fellow Rwandese, and if it is possible, he can also extend his services to Rwanda. So I thank him very much. That's all.
Just a couple of things, Isaac. You said to me some very interesting things about your first impressions of KiBO. Please repeat what you said about KiBO.
Yeah, right. I met KiBO. First heard about it from my cousin, my relative. She was an alumni of this place.
What's her name?
She's Wamujira Mary.
What class was she?
She was in the 25th class.
25th KiBO class. We're now in the 28th KiBO class. Excellent. Yeah.
So I was in the 26th KiBO class, but when she told me about it, she told me this is an opportunity for you. It's a scholarship. You're a student, and this program is there for you. You go to learn IT skills, and that is the only thing I remember making in the conversation. IT skills. So what came to my mind is normal IT. You go learn Microsoft Excel, That's it, you get a certificate. But I was surprised, very surprised. KiBO is not about IT skills. KiBO is about you know who you are, the exact person in you, and what you can do.
Just repeat that again, because that's very profound. When you said that to me, I thought that was profound. KiBO is not about IT skills. Interesting.
It has a much bigger picture about it. It's about learning who you are, your capabilities, and what you can do to help the world,
Excellent.
to make it a better place.
What were you doing before KiBO?
I was a student, Maryland High School in Ontario. Yeah, I was trying to finish my A-level exams.
Yes.
After my last paper for A-level exams, I joined KiBO.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm looking into more of investment. My brother owns a company, so I look for investors in the company, and I'm hoping to raise funds to start a network. Which network I learned networking skills from KiBO. That's one of the skills I learned. That's what is helping me. It's supposed to help me build a dream, both for my country, Rwanda, and for the people.
What's your vision for Rwanda, East Africa, and what would you say to young people like yourself?
Yeah, I would say my dream is I want to make these kinds of situations happen more often to more youths. You realizing who you are in a certain place like KiBO. I want to make it very easy to access food. To make knowledge be very accessible. So I'm looking to things. Now, if I can gather enough funds to both provide knowledge and food, especially for the Rwandese, my country, just a way of giving back, I think I would be making society more better than it is right now.
So food security, in your opinion, is a big issue in Rwanda and East Africa, and you want to play a part in that. Excellent. What would you say, just to give you some background, you're a beneficiary of the what we call the George Drew Scholarship at KiBO. It's a very simple relationship. I've known Nikki Blammy Brown. She's a friend to KiBO, and I consider her an aunt mother. I've known her for over 25 years. She is the niece of one of the trustees of the George Drew Trust, and that's how that connection came about. And the George Drew Trust was very clear that they wanted to fund or support an organization that was going to benefit Rwanda. That's where George Drew, who the trust is built on, made his money. So, quick question is, what message do you have for Rupert, who's a trustee, who is generous enough, open enough to consider KiBO, even though we were based in Uganda? What message would you have for him, and what message would you have to George Drew and his family?
I want to start by thanking George Drew. George Drew is not only sending money to finance this project, but he's selling a dream. He sold me a 1 million dream.
Yeah.
With this knowledge. So he sent me a message. And he's told me to go and spread the same message to other youths like me. So the George Drew Foundation, thank you very much. Not only for the finances, but for the trust to give the people to do this project. And I hope and I wish that as you continue doing this kind of spirit, keeping the spirit going of teaching young children like me, the youths, on how to make life better for others, not for our own selves, I think I should be also joining the same struggle in the future. So to do the same thing to other people. So I guess I should say thank you, George Drew. May God bless you in abundance, even in the absence. But I pray that you continue getting the spirit to give back and more back to the people to study well. And I hope you get the motivation and inspiration from us and from what we're going to do, from your finances, so that you can finance more and more students.
So let me just put this in context, because I think this is really important. You're a member of which class?
25th class.
So, I'm going to make a couple of comments, but I want you to jump in because I think this is important information to fill in. 25th
26th.
26th class. That's what I thought. Okay. So 26th class. What was your project?
Project was Hands of Hope.
Hands of Hope. Essentially an orphanage. So you raised money, resources, and friends for Hands of Hope.
Yes.
How much money did you raise?
I managed to raise 928.
928,000 shillings raised.
Yes.
And you were part of that project.
I was part of the project.
And hopefully what we believe is that catalyzed your life in giving back to your community with your resources. So I think that's a really interesting message here. So just as much as George Drew is giving back to Rwanda, you're now giving back to your community, to your fellow youth, and to issues and causes in the community. You also perform 25 hours of community service. Where do you perform those hours of community service?
Formed around my own society.
Yes.
And somewhere far away from my home. That is it's in Tina. So after doing the work in my place, I was told there was some good work to do in Tina, somewhere in Tina. And I thought it's a very, very good opportunity to spread after giving back to my own community, just to give out to other people.
There was also another link generated by this. There was a big anti-tobacco conference in Rwanda, and you were instrumental in linking us to several individuals in Rwanda. Tell me a little bit about who you linked us up with.
I linked up with a couple of my cousins who were staying in Rwanda, who had stayed there. That was Musoni, Musoni Upright, and three other people. Also my cousins. That was Tumukuni Rita and two other friends of theirs. So I hear the message that they did some great work there, and I was very happy.
They did.
I just hoped I was part of the work.
I think you were, in terms of creating that link. But just one other point, I think Nikki Blundell Brown, who was our initial contact with George Drew Trust, was there. She took a particular liking for the energy, commitment, and passion of Musoni. Now, unfortunately, something happened to him. Yes.
Yeah, he had an accident. An accident which was a bit severe. He got a cut to his head. He had to do a lot of surgery.
Yes.
Had to move one of his bones. So it was a mess. His head was a mess, but unfortunately enough, God wanted him to stay alive. To do the kind of work he did for KiBO and the George Drew Foundation in Rwanda. So I'm sure he did it well because they appreciate it. I hope the kind of a thing keeps on going.
So just to put this context here, we really are hoping, I know Nick is really big on this, that Musoni comes to Uganda and studies at KiBO and completes the KiBO program, and the dream is always goes back to Rwanda and using his energy and enthusiasm and the skills learned here, creating impact in Rwanda. So that's the story. But ultimately, what we hope is that we can start the KiBO program in Rwanda. We have over 40 young men and women, who have benefited from the George Drew funding. So we hope. So my challenge to you is that you are going to open up doors for young Rwandans to participate in the KiBO style of leadership and training. So that's our challenge to you.
And it's my task.
It's your task.
And I wish for more youths in Rwanda to get the exact dream that was sold to me by KiBO through the George Drew Foundation. The exact dream sold to them. Because it's a big dream.
Just before I end, your story continues on. You took the KiBO flagship ICT and leadership program, which is really a work readiness program. When you finish your formal education, before you start work, you took that program. But you've now, thanks again to the scholarship, taken on another challenge at KiBO, which is the
Cisco
program. Have you completed that?
Yeah, I've completed that, and I'm waiting for my certificate.
Yes.
Which I'm hoping is looking good. Because I passed one.
Excellent. And as part of that, you did some work in the community also?
Yes, I did some work in the community. There's an umbrella organization in Uganda for Rwandese called Mubano.
Now this is very important. So you did some work for an umbrella organization of Rwandans in Uganda. Umbano. Okay.
So got hands together to design a blog for them.
Okay.
Out of the skills I learned from KiBO. So we're designing a blog for that organization, and that was a way to give back. To
Excellent.
Okay.
What does Umbano?
Oh, Mobano is it's
Mubano.
like, yeah, it's an organization that looks after Rwandese Ugandans, Rwandese who are staying in Uganda, and it helps keep them united, keep them working together, keep the Rwandese culture and spirit going on.
So your contribution has been one, the blog
Yes,
that you have built.
and contribution to being part of it. Because I'm part of it.
Good.
Yes.
So you're a member of that organization?
Yes.
Do you have an elected office there? Soon.
Soon.
Very soon. So excellent. So the different ways that you can give back now, and I think that's really the intention of the George Drew funding to KiBO. That's really the essence of the KiBO experience. 3 big ideas at KiBO: technology, leadership, and giving back. Anything else you want to say?
Anything else I want to say? I thank you. I thank you for you know for the opportunity and for this to talk and communicate back to the people. I know only Nikki.